Hello, everyone. Welcome to Claret and Booze. Good afternoon. Hope you've had a lovely day in the sunshine. I've been out in the car, sunroof open. It's been lovely. It's been lovely. Got loads to rattle through today. I'm going to talk about the fan reaction to those that think that you should be supporting Potter, no matter what. I'm going to talk about the rubbish that's been leaked from the club, that there's an 18-month break clause in the contract with Potter. Going to talk about the Gold Estate as well, which is another one that's a bit strange that that's just been released, isn't it? That's another one. And then we're going to go on to talk about Bournemouth. So before we go anywhere, though, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's free to do so. No, not yet. Thumbs up. And don't forget, most importantly, drop a like on the video because it does really help us. Also, if you like your tea and your coffee, head over to the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. You will find a link in our description. All things tea, coffee, hot chocolate, all your accessories. West Ham run business. It helps us. It supports us as well. Use the discount code Claret15. You get a juicy 15% off. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to start with the backlash that there is apparently. Only because I watched a show today while I was in the car, which was James Fever from E20 Zone TV. He did a late show last night. Good show until Damien Divico came on, then I had to turn off. Sorry, mate, can't listen to him. Can't listen to that geezer. But, good show up to that point. Apparently, there's been a backlash. I don't know, because I'm not on Twitter or TikTok or anything like that. If I was, it'd be called NickTok. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. People taking offence at the fact that or they're outraged that I'm not defending Potter at the minute. Well, no, why would I? Look, it all comes down to personal choice. I've said this before. I ain't spending too long on this, all right? But it's as simple as this. A lot of people that I've heard defend Potter, they're not happy with him, but they're supporting him because it's a right thing to do. Like, they're wearing it like a badge of honour. And they're criticising anyone else that won't do it. Well, that's not support of your club. I support West Ham. If I think that the man in charge, I don't care how long he's been there, is no good for the club, I want him out. It's as simple as that. You can call it patience. I'll call it ignorance. It is actually ignorant. If you're willing to ignore what your eyes are telling you, but just stick with it because it's the right thing to do. Well, it ain't the right thing to do. Watching West Ham be driven off of a cliff is not the right thing to do. I don't care if we're on our third or fourth manager in 12 months. That's not our problem. It ain't our fault that the people in charge can't appoint a new manager. He ain't going to go anywhere anyway. But I'm just saying, if Potter improves and the football improves, I'm here to be won over. All right? I am. I've said it before. I just don't think it will. And neither do you, which is why you're getting all antsy. And also, why was... Oh, a lot of these people were loppy out after 10 games, like I was as well. Ooh, not with Potter, though. He managed Chelsea for a week. He must be good. No, they thought he was shit as well. So we'll see what he does against Bournemouth, but we'll get onto that after. Also, like I said, good show over on E20. Go and give James a follow as well. All right? E20 Zone TV. Okay, right. Moving on to the big story of the day, because obviously, apparently... the early season ticket renewals were dreadful. Really bad. Really, really, really low. Unsurprising. Right? Unsurprising. It's a miserable experience at the stadium. It's a miserable experience watching the football. We're 16th in the league. It ain't looking like it's going to get any better next year. It's looking like we're going to be having some big players go out. Why would we be seeing high season ticket renewals? Especially early. It's just not going to happen. But anyway... they've released a story to say that don't worry, though. There is a clause, there's a KPI clause, a break, in the contract with Potter, but it's 18 months, so. It's bullshit. If there was going to be a break, it would be after 6 months. You've got a 6-month trial, and then if you're good, you stay. If you're not, you're off. But no, what it is, there is no clause. They're embarrassed that there ain't a clause. They know that the fan base are not happy. They know they're not going to pay him off. They're going to keep him here. We're going to be stuck with this. Doesn't matter how bad it is or it gets, he's staying unless we're in the bottom three. But what they're saying is, don't worry though, people. In 12 months' time, we can review it. 18-month break, so the end of next season. So after what they've just experienced with Lopetegui, which was having a manager on a short-term deal, he was only here for 2 years, and they backed him to the hilt to get players in, 150 million to play the Lopetegui way for a man that they didn't even really back because they only gave him a short contract. Now they've got another guy that they don't really back. They don't, because they only gave him a 2.5-year deal with an 18-month break clause, apparently. And now what we're apparently going to allow this guy to do, based on what we've seen as well, which has been awful, is sell a lot of our key players and then go out and reinvest it and build a squad in his vision. Well, what if it fails? What if it does? What if it goes bandy in 6 months to a year and you've got to get rid of him again? You got to start all over again. And then we've got a real mishmash of a squad then. You've got players from 3 or 4 different managers that somebody's got to walk into then. It's a complete mess. Plus, I don't buy it. It's bollocks. Basically, there's no clause in his contract. That's what they're saying. They're just hoping and praying that Potter turns into prime Pep Guardiola next year. And that 12-month carrot is like, don't worry, though. You know, you've only got to put up with him for another year. That's basically what they've said. You've only got to put up with him for another year. It's rubbish. And then to add to that, because we know that whenever there's fan unhappiness, you know, news of a takeover happens. Well, guess what? The Gold Estate has now come to, it's out of probate. It's out of probate now. So, you know, the Gold's Vanessa is now the 25% shareholder of West Ham. And she's free to do as she wishes with those shares. It was rumoured that she wanted to sell 12.5%. But look, she could sell them all. But the story that's being angled is that Kretinsky could be about to do a takeover. We could have another owner. Nothing's going to happen. It's not. Because at the end of the day, because of when you look at the Newcastle debacle of the Saudis coming in and buying Newcastle and not being able to throw money at Newcastle and turn them into a force, even though they're having a good season, or good seasons, the attraction for these big owners now is kind of dwindling. It is that what they've done is they've ring-fenced the big six, even though a few of them have dropped out. They'll get back. They'll get back because they're protected. They're a protected species. So it's going to be very difficult to penetrate that top six for any owner that comes in, no matter how much money they've got. Bear in mind, Kretinsky's up there with some of the richest owners. He's worth a fortune, that geezer. I'd love it if he bought the club, but it's just a bit strange that that story's come out as well. Added to that, Jonathan David again. We're making waves, people. We're making waves. We're really close. Some of the clubs that he was talking to, Barcelona and Arsenal, that they've pulled out. So, you know, it's looking like we're going to get that deal done. So we're going to get new owners, right? We've only got Potter for 12 more months. That's it. Unless he really, really improves. We're going to get Jonathan David. It's all looking good. It's all looking good. Go and renew your season tickets. Go on. Go and renew them. That's what this is all angled towards. But look, anyway, that's my thoughts on today's bullshit. Because that's what it is. Rubbish. I'm fed up with them pulling our strings. I do think we're idiots. I know a lot of people are going to buy it hook, line and sinker. Not me, though. Nope. It's not happening. It's not happening. Okay, we go and play Bournemouth at the Hellhole, our home stadium, on Saturday at 3 o'clock, I think it is. I think it's Saturday at 3 o'clock. Not looking forward to that. They just got beat by Ipswich. I don't think they've won in 6 games. So they're not on the best of form, but we know that they're a good team and we know they play good football. And we know they like to press teams that like to sit on their arses, which is what typically we do. So I'm not expecting anything against Bournemouth, even though they're in a bad run of form. You know, we should be looking to beat them at home. We should. Ipswich just beat them. But I don't think we will. I think we're going to get turned over. Not by many, because I do think the Potter will revert to the 8 at the back and just play it safe. So you're looking at a 0-0 or a narrow 1-0. Maybe either way, we might get the win. We might hit them on the break. Who knows? That'd be nice. Dreadful game, but at least we've got those 3 points that we could celebrate. So, yeah, we shall see. Or it could go the other way and he could completely and utterly blow my mind by putting the right team out there, playing the right way, on the front foot, and I could come away from the game feeling happy. And it ain't a case of proving me or anyone else wrong now. We can't be proven wrong. It's been shit for 11 games since he's been in. Nothing can change that. What can change is moving forwards, he can start winning people back over, because I'm here to be won over, personally. Pretty sure most of the other West Ham fans are as well. You know, it's nothing personal, but we know what we like and we don't like what we're seeing. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, I'm not going to make a prediction. The prediction is that Bournemouth will beat us. But we shall see. We shall see. It's a funny old game, as Greavesy used to say. Let me know what your thoughts are on all of those stories that I've just rattled off to you in 10 minutes. Look at that. Well, approaching 11 minutes. And I gave a thing to the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. That's loads. Yeah, let me know your score predictions as well. Speak to you all soon. Come on, you ones.